again in our time for grammar. Today we are going to talk about the past perfect. Past perfect. Let's see first how we can form the verbs in the past perfect. First, you should know that when we talk about past perfect, so it means that we should write had plus pp or v3. Again, had plus pp or v3. For example, here I had what my lunch. After had, I should write v3. Let's see first v3. We have here a list of V1, V2 and V3. Go, went, gone. V3 of the verb go or PP of the verb go, gone. Fly, flew, flown. So V3 of the verb fly, flown. Eat, ate, eaten. V3 of the verb eat, eaten. Drive, drove, driven. V3 from the verb drive is driven. Write, wrote, written. So here V3 of the verb write is written. Give, gave, given. So here given is the V3 of give, the verb give. And here we have see, saw, seen, and we have many other verbs that have V3, so you should learn them by heart. Why? Because you will be asked to correct the verb after had in V3. Because here the past perfect is formed with had plus V3. So you should learn all these verbs by heart. So let's answer here. Number 1, I had what my lunch? I see had, so had is followed by V3. Had is followed by V3. Where is V3 of the verb eat? Yes, very good. It's eaten. Eaten here. So V3 of the verb eat is eaten. So here after I see had, I should write V3 or PP. Number 2, she had what her homework? She had write or written or writes. Where is V3? Let's see. Yes, written. V3. V3. So we will choose written. Why? This is V3. Very good. Number 3. They had what to Dubai? They had fly, they had flying, or they had flown. Where is V3? Let's see. V3. So here flown is V3. So we will choose flown. Why? Because it is V3. Number 4. He had what his new car? He had driven, he had drive, or he had drives. Where is V3? Driven. Driven. So he had driven his new car, so driven is V3. So the past perfect is formed by using had plus V3 plus V3. So here the correct answer will be V3 after had. So past perfect is followed by, or past perfect is formed by had plus V3. So I have here had, and then let's see when we can use past perfect and what it expresses or refers to. The past perfect is used when we are talking about two actions or two verbs happened in the past. But remember, one action happened before the other. It means that there is an action that happened first and then there is an action that happened next. So here I have first action and second action. So let's write here. This is action number one or verb number one that happened the first, and this is verb number two that happened next. So the first verb that happened first will be put in the past perfect, will be with had plus PP or plus V3. And the second one will be in the past. Let's see here. He had eaten his breakfast. He went to work. Which one happened first? He had eaten his breakfast or he went to work? Of course, he had eaten his breakfast. This is number one. And then he went to work. So both actions happened in the past, but one action happened first. He had eaten his breakfast. This is number one. And number two, he went to work. So the actions that happened the first in the past will be put in had plus PP or plus V3. And the action happened next will be put in the past. Let's see another example. Which one happened first? They had watched a film. They went to bed. They first watched the film and then they went to bed. And here again the timeline, we have here the past. All this distance is or represents the past. So how many actions happened in the past? 2 actions. 1, 2. So the first action or the first verb that happened in the past will be put with had plus PP or plus V3. And the second action will that happened next, or the second action will be put in the past. So here, what do you think? Which one happened first? They had watched the film or they went to bed? Of course, they had. First, they had watched a film and then they went to bed. So this is number 1. And so this is number 2. So because this action or this verb happened first, so we put it in had plus PP. And because this action happened next, so we put it in the past. Again, I have here some key words that if you see them, you will put the verb into past perfect. What are the key words of past perfect? We have 4 keywords: after and because, and before and by the time. Let's number them: 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have here 4 keywords. After and because have the same rule. Before and by the time have the same rule. So how can we choose, or how can we correct the verb with after and because? After and because are followed by had plus V3 or plus PP. So it means that they are followed by past perfect and then past. It means that the sentence which comes after these 2 keywords is the first action. For example here, after they had finished homework, they went shopping. Again, after they had finished homework, they went shopping. So they went shopping first or they had finished homework? No, first they had finished homework and then they went shopping. So here the first action is put into had plus PP or plus V3, and the second action is in the past. So here after and because are followed, they both are followed by had plus V3 and then past. If after and because come in the middle, they come in the middle, so they are followed again by had plus V3, and then the next verb will be in the past. So it's very important to remember that after and because are followed by had plus V3 or PP. And before and by the time are the opposite. Before and by the time are followed by past. Why? Because the action that happened after before and by the time is the second action. So here after is followed by the first action. So because it is the first action, we should put after had and V3. But here before and by the time they are followed by the second action. And because they are followed by the second action, it means that we should put the second action in the past, so they are followed by the past. And then the next verb will be had plus V3. Let's see the rule. Before followed by past and then had plus V3. If before comes in the middle or by the time, they are the same. So if before or by the time, if they come in the middle, so they are followed again with past, and the first verb will be had and V3. Let's see the example. Before they went shopping, this is the same example. Before they went shopping, they had finished homework. Which action happened first? Which action happened first? They had finished the homework. So they had finished homework first. This is number 1. And before they went shopping, this is number 2. So the first action was had finished and then they went shopping. So after and because are followed by the first action. Action number 1. And before and by the time are followed by second action. Second action is number 2, which is in the past. And here first action this is number 1, which is in the past perfect. What is past perfect? Had plus V3. So here the action happened first will be put in past perfect, had plus PP or V3. And the action happened next will be put in the past. So the first action will be put in had plus PP, and the second action will be put in the past. So what keywords that are followed by the first action? What are the keywords that are followed by the first action after and because? And what are the keywords that are followed by the second action before and by the time? And now let's see how can we correct the verb. Let's see number 1. After I answer the question, my teacher thanked me. After I answer the question, my teacher thanked me. So here, after is followed by the first action that happened first. So how can I correct the first action that happened in the past? The first action will be put in had plus PP. Had plus PP. What is PP of answer? Answered. So it will be after I had answered. I had answered. After I had answered the question, my teacher thanked me. So the second action, the action number 2, will be put in the past. So it will be thanked. So here It's very simple. First, you should decide which action happened first. Which action happened first? Answer the questions or the teacher thanked me? Of course, first I answer the question and then my teacher thanked me. So after I answered, can I say after I answered the question? No. Why? Because I have two actions happened in the past. One happened first. This is the first action that happened first. So the first action that happened first will be put in past perfect. What is past perfect? Had plus PP. My teacher thanked me. The next example, after I do my homework, I go out. Which action happened first? Of course, I do my homework. And after I had done my homework, I went out. So they are two actions happened in the past. One happened before the other. The action that happened first will be put in had plus PP, done. So I will write after I had done. I had done my homework. The second action will be put in the past. So the past of go, went. So here it will be after I had done my homework, I went out. Let's see the other. And now let's see the other examples together. How can we correct these two verbs with the word or the keyword before? Before we arrive, the show end. Before we arrive, the show end. First, you should decide which verb happened the first, or which action happened the first. So the first action is the show ended. And then we arrive and we didn't see the show. So the first action will be put in had plus BP. Had ended. And the second action will be put in the past, so it will be arrived. So here before is followed by the second action which is put in the past. So before is followed by past and then had plus PP. By the time, the last example here, by the time my father come, I sleep. By the time my father come, I sleep. So, where is the first action? I sleep. And where is the second action? My father come. So, here the first one should be put in past perfect. Had plus PP or plus V3. Had slept. And the second action will be put in past, so it will be the past of come, came. So it will be by the time my father came, I had slept. So here we can say that when you have seen or when you see after, you will correct the verb with had plus PP or V3, and then you will put the next one in the past. Or if you see because, the same, had plus V3 or PP and then the past. And on the contrary, if we see before, so we will put past and then had plus PP or V3, the same. And if you see by the time, so it will be past again, just like before, and then had plus PP or V3, the same.